Going to talk about the joiner. A couple weeks ago, we started a new series. We're going to go over some of the different tools we use here in the wood shop and give you a little instruction on the correct way to use them and exactly what they're used for. You can go back and look through some of the videos, and last time we did the bandsaw. Okay. Today we're going to do the joiner. All right, and the joiner, we have two of them here in the wood shop. We have a real nice one. It's a 12-inch joiner. It's a Powermatic, and when you get a board isn't always square and it isn't always in perfect shape. All right. When you do buy lumber from the lumber yard and it is in good shape, they've used a joiner and a planer to smooth it out. Okay. Here at the Kadena wood shop, when you buy our lumber, it comes in the rough. Okay, and you need to use the equipment to get your boards planed and smooth and to size. Okay, and a joiner is a good way to get that process started. All right. So what I've done is I've taken a piece of white oak here that I picked out, and this is a piece of white oak, and it comes in the rough. Okay, it simply means it was cut in the mill, but it wasn't straight lined. It doesn't have a perfectly straight edge on it, and you can tell by the face that it was radial cut with a radial saw, but it left some saw marks. Okay, and so what we want to do is we want to get this piece ready to try to mill. All right, and to do that, we're going to use a joiner. Okay, the way a joiner works, it's simply a series of flat beds, and then it has a set of blades that spin at a high rate of speed, and those blades at the height of their rotation are exactly the same height as this table here. This is your outfeed table, okay? And this table here is your infeed table, and it's adjustable, and you can actually adjust the depth of cut. So what happens is, if you'll take your board, as it runs across those blades and cuts some off, it becomes exactly the same height as this outfeed table, and as long as you work on that outfeed table, as you drag it across the blades, you'll end up with a perfectly straight edge. Okay? Now, to give you an idea, I don't know if you can see it on the video, but this is what our edge looks like. We know that this bed is perfectly flat, but if we look at the edge of the board, it's not. Okay? I might want to get up there where you can see it. But you can see there's a gap in it, and it's actually got a little bit of a high mark in the center. It makes it not straight. Okay? So, what we're going to do, so we go ahead and adjust the joiner. We're going to adjust the depth, and we're going to run this across those blades, and it's going to make that edge perfectly smooth. Okay. Now, depending on how deep you set it, depends on how many passes you need to make to get it perfectly smooth. Okay. Now, you can tell it did a pretty good job, but we still have a spot right here and right on the end that didn't get flattened out. So we want to run it again. Okay? And now if we take a look, now we've got a perfectly straight edge. Right? If we set that on that flat table, now you can come over and take a look at it, and it's perfectly flat. There's no gap. Okay? Now, the next issue we've got, now we know we've got a nice straight edge, now we want to get a 90-degree angle, and we want to get a nice smooth face. Right? So all we want to do, we're going to flip it on that face, make sure that we keep that straight edge against the fence. We're going to run it across the blade. Okay. I'm going to back this off a little bit, set a little bit heavy. When you're doing a face, you don't want to take quite as much. You also want to use push block. Okay? And all I'm going to do is I'm going to send that thing across there. You can hear it hit in the front and it hit in the back. And what that means is, if you look at our board, it sits on the table back here, and it sits on the table here, but it has a high spot in the middle, right? And if we'll keep running that across there, we'll get that out. And it may take a couple passes, depending on how deep you have it set. You can here, we're getting pretty close. You can see what it's doing. It's flattening out here and in the back, but we still got these marks in the middle. Just a little bit deeper to take just a little bit more off. Okay. You see it's starting to get it on the edges. Just a process. You just have to keep working it. We're getting close. One more pass and we should get it off. Okay. All right, so now, remember what that looked like. Now we have a perfectly smooth board, okay? And we know that we have a perfectly straight edge, and I'm gonna run that one more time just to clean it up. And now I know, because the fence is set at a 90-degree angle, now I know that this face and this is at 90 degrees. And so now I can go over to the planer, which we'll do next time, and I'll show you how to get it parallel, okay? But this is the joiner, so come on down to the Kadena Wood Shop. Do St. Brief Saturday morning at 09. Try your hand at